Good evening. This is All India Radio and I am Valsa Williams with the news at 9. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says modernization of defence forces is the government's priority as he pays tributes to Kargil war heroes. All stranded passengers of Mahalaxmi Express rescued, air, rail and road transport affected as heavy rain continues to lash Mumbai. GST Council reduces rate on electric vehicles by 7% to encourage eco-friendly transport. In Chhattisgarh, 7 Maoists killed in an encounter with security forces in Bastar. Prime Minister to share his thoughts in Mann Ki Baat program tomorrow. And Indian boxers finished Thailand Open campaign bagging 8 medals including a gold. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said modernization of the defence forces is the top priority of the government. He said the emphasis is being laid on indigenization of defence production and equipment along with strengthening of the defence forces. The Prime Minister was speaking at a function to mark the 20th anniversary of Kargil Vijay Divas at Indira Gandhi Indoor Stadium in Delhi today. Mr. Modi said several important decisions related to the welfare of the soldiers and their families have been taken by the government during the last 5 years.
सेना को आधुनिक बनाना हमारी आवश्यकता है, हमारी प्राथमिकता भी है। आधुनिकता हमारी सेना की पहचान बननी चाहिए। जल हो, थल हो, नभ हो, हमारी सेना अपने अपने क्षेत्र में उच्चतम शिखर को प्राप्त करने का सामर्थ्य रखे और आधुनिक बने, ये हमारा प्रयास है।
The Prime Minister said during the Kargil war, India foiled Pakistan's nefarious designs and gave it a befitting reply.
कारगिल में विजय भारत के वीर बेटे बेटियों के अदम्य साहस की जीत थी, भारत के संकल्पों की जीत थी, भारत के सामर्थ्य और संयम की जीत थी। करगिल में विजय भारत की मर्यादा और अनुशासन की जीत थी। युद्ध सरकारें नहीं लड़ती, युद्ध पूरा देश लड़ता है।
Mr. Modi said today the whole world is facing challenges of terrorism and some countries are using proxy wars to spread terrorism. He said when the country is secure, only then it will be able to touch new heights of development. Our correspondent reports that an 8-minute film on the Kargil war was also screened at the event. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and the chiefs of the 3 services were present on the occasion. In Maharashtra, all the stranded passengers of the Mumbai-Kolhapur Mahalaxmi Express have been rescued. Nearly 700 passengers were stuck inside the train, which was held up due to flooding of tracks between Badlapur and Wangani near Kalyan in Thane district since last night. Home Minister Amit Shah praised the efforts of the NDRF, the 3 services and other agencies in rescuing the passengers. Minister of State for Home Affairs Nityanand Rai also lauded the efforts of the NDRF in the rescue operation. He also expressed gratitude to railways and defence officials, especially the Air Force officers who helped in rescuing the passengers on board the train. A report.
More than 12 hours long rescue operation was successfully executed with the help of teams of NDRF, RPF and flood rescue teams from Navy. After formalities, the commuters sent to Kolhapur via Mannad by a special train which left this evening. Meanwhile, rain had continued to lash many districts in the state, which include Ratnagiri, Sindhudurga, Raigad, Nagpur, Parbhani and Washim. Madhuri Pange, AIR News, Mumbai.
Meanwhile, heavy rains continued to lash Mumbai for the 4th consecutive day today. The torrential rains resulted in flooding several areas and affecting air and rail traffic in the city. 17 flights were diverted from the Mumbai airport yesterday due to incessant downpour. Local train services are also hit by the incessant rainfall. 5 NDRF teams have been deployed in various parts of Mumbai to rescue stranded people. Mumbai police requested commuters to avoid waterlogged areas and also to maintain distance from the sea. According to IMD, intermittent rain with heavy to very heavy downpour is expected in Mumbai and suburban areas in the next 48 hours. The GST Council has decided to reduce GST rate on electrical vehicles from 12% to 5%. In its 36th meeting today in New Delhi, the Council also decided to reduce the rate on electric vehicle chargers from 18% to 5%. The new rates will come into effect from the 1st of next month. The Council also approved exemption from GST on hiring of electric buses by local authorities. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman held the meeting through video conferencing. The auto industry today welcomes the reduction in GST on electric vehicles and chargers, saying it will help in creating an ecosystem that will encourage faster mass adoption of eco-friendly mobility. Meanwhile, India has put in place a game plan for electric vehicles and their components like batteries to ensure clean cities, reduce imports and utilize solar power. Niti Aayog CEO Amitabh Kant said domestic battery manufacturing for electric vehicles provides a massive market opportunity. President Ramnath Kovind will leave on an official visit to 3 African countries, Benin, the Gambia and Guinea, tomorrow. The 7-day visit will be the first high-level tour of any head of state from India to the 3 West African countries.
In Benin, the President will hold delegation-level talks with his counterpart, Patrice Talon. He will also address National Assembly in Porto Novo. In the second leg, Mr. Kovind will reach Gambia and he will hold delegation talks with President of the Gambia, Mr. Adama Barrow. On the last leg of his visit, Mr. Kovind will reach Guinea. He will hold talks with his Guinean counterpart, Professor Alpha Conde, and discuss issues of mutual interest. The President's visit will reinvigorate our bilateral ties and provide new direction to our relationship with these 3 countries. Samir Verma, AIR News, New Delhi.
The Central Reserve Police Force CRPF today paid tributes to those who laid down their lives for the nation at the National Police Memorial in New Delhi on the occasion of its 81st Raising Day. Minister of State for Home, Nityanand Rai, offered floral tributes at the memorial. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Rai said CRPF lives and dies for the country. The minister expressed hope that in the period ahead, Jammu and Kashmir will be free from the scourge of terrorism. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. In Chhattisgarh, 7 Maoists were killed in an encounter with security forces today. The gun battle took place in the forest of Tiria in Bastar district. More from our Raipur correspondent.
After a specific input that a large number of Maoists are present in the bordering area of Chhattisgarh and Odisha, a joint team of District Reserve Guard and a special task force was sent on a search operation. According to IG Police of Bastar Range, Vivekanand Sinha, the exchange of fire took place today evening at the jungles of Tiria and Majkot in Nagarnar area of Bastar district. The gun battle lasted for over 1 hour. Police recovered the bodies of killed Maoists. 7 weapons, including 2 rifles, were also recovered from the spot. Vikalp Shukla, AIR News, Raipur.
Meanwhile, in Maharashtra, 6 Naxals surrendered before Gadchiroli police today. They were involved in various cases in Gadchiroli area. In Jammu and Kashmir, dreaded Jaish commander of South Kashmir, Munna Lahori, from Pakistan was killed in an encounter with security forces in Shopia district. Lahori was an expert on IEDs and was pushing recruitment in the southern belt. Another terrorist, identified as Zinatul Islam of Tarkwangam area of Shopia district, was also killed in the encounter. An army soldier was killed in Machil sector of frontier Kupwara district after Pakistani forces resorted to unprovoked firing in the sector in yet another ceasefire violation. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will share his thoughts with the people in the country and abroad in his monthly Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio tomorrow at 11 a.m. It will be the second Mann Ki Baat program after Mr. Modi assumed office for the second term. The program will be broadcast on the entire network of AIR and Doordarshan and AIR website www.allindiaradio.gov.in. It will also be streamed live on the YouTube channels of the PMO, INB Ministry, AIR and DD News. President Ramnath Kovind has given his nod to the Protection of Human Rights Amendment Bill 2019. A Gazette notification to this effect was issued today. The Parliament had passed the bill earlier this week. The bill amends the Protection of Human Rights Act 1993. It provides for a reduction in the tenure of chairpersons of National Human Rights Commission and State Human Rights Commissions to 3 years from the current 5 years. Minister of State, Independent Charge for Housing and Urban Affairs Hardeep Singh Puri has said that for the first time there is a government which is looking at urban rejuvenation. In an exclusive interview to All India Radio News, he said the first term of the NDA government was spent in implementing schemes. Talking about the Swachh Bharat mission, he said wet waste is segregated for compost. The ministry is also looking at techniques for the conversion of dry waste into energy.
Swachh Bharat is successful because you've been able to succeed in bringing in about behavioral change. That's successful. The number of toilets you have to build, we have almost completed that. But the real issue is the second component is 100% solid waste management. Our figure today is I think about 56% or something. I think we will not get 100% by 2nd October, but we will be close to that.
The interview can be heard on the FM Gold and Rajdhani channels just after this bulletin at 9:15 p.m. tonight. Union Jal Shakti Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat has said the centre accords special priority to water conservation. He said many schemes have been started for conservation of rainwater. He was speaking at Ranchi today during the inaugural function of Jal Shakti Abhiyan, a national drive to promote water conservation. The minister said that all have to work together in the national mission to increase groundwater level. More from our Ranchi correspondent.
Union Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat said in the review meeting that water conservation projects is in the priority list of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He said that no effort should be left to complete the project on time. He also stressed the need of utility assessment of the projects by independent third party. So by these two events at Ranchi today, central government has conveyed the clear message that how serious it is on strengthening water conservation. Rajesh Sinha, AIR News, Ranchi.
In Tripura, an estimated 67.16% votes were cast in the three-tier Panchayat elections which passed off peacefully today. State Election Commissioner G.K. Rao said since ballot papers were used, it would take some more time to get the final voting percentage. Polls were held in only nearly 15% of the total seats, as 85% seats have already been won by the ruling BJP unopposed. The grateful nation is remembering former President and Bharat Ratna Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam on his 4th death anniversary today. Several leaders took to Twitter to pay homage to the former president. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu said Dr. Kalam believed in simple living and high thinking and inspired millions of people, particularly the youth, towards nation building. Indian boxers finished their campaign at the Thailand Open in Bangkok today with a rich haul of 8 medals comprising a gold, 4 silver and 3 bronze. The Indian contingent's performance was commendable considering some of the world's best boxers from 37 countries had participated in the tournament. Asian Championships silver medalist Ashish Kumar bagged his first international gold in the 75 kg category, outpunching Korea's Kim Jin-jae 5-0 for the biggest medal of his career. The 3rd edition of Khelo India Youth Games will be held in Guwahati next year. Sports Minister Kiren Rijiju announced the decision on his official Twitter handle today. He said the Games, to be held from the 18th of January next year, will see participation of more than 10,000 athletes and officials. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says modernization of defence forces is the government's priority as he pays tributes to Kargil war heroes. All stranded passengers of Mahalaxmi Express rescued, air, rail and road transport affected as heavy rain continues to lash Mumbai. GST Council reduces rate on electric vehicles by 7% to encourage eco-friendly transport. In Chhattisgarh, 7 Maoists killed in an encounter with security forces in Bastar. Prime Minister to share his thoughts in Mann Ki Baat program tomorrow. And Indian boxers finish Thailand Open campaign bagging 8 medals, including a gold. And that is all in the news at 9. Good night.